What's up, everyone? Welcome to ShutlipsTV. I'm Alamide Salau, better picking with better voice. Fuel subsidy is not something new. It has been in existence in Nigerian's economy for quite a while now. I think from the 1970s. And the whole reason for fuel subsidy is to help Nigerians cushion the high effect of fuel in oil markets across the world. It's more like a financial support from the Nigerian government to Nigerians. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari last year announced his plan once again to remove fuel subsidy. What this means is that if fuel subsidy is being removed, it will have an high impact on Nigerians' economy. The fact that food prices will go up, transport will also go up. That means causing more hardship for every Nigerian. However, looking at it, a deficit budget due to continued fuel subsidy would have a adverse effect on Nigerians' economy. What it means is that Nigerian government will have to keep pumping money on fuel subsidy to be able to stabilize the economy. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari this year revealed its plan to increase its borrowing to be able to fund and finance its deficit budget of over 6 trillion naira, just to help out just to continue with fuel subsidy. Now, we're going to be asking Nigerian the question of the day: which do you prefer for Nigerian economy? Removal of fuel subsidy or more borrowings from other country? Which do you prefer? Removal of fuel subsidy or more borrowing from other country? Join me as I ask Nigerian the question of today, and as we listen to their various reply. Let's do this. Which do you prefer? Removal of fuel subsidies or more borrowings from other countries?
Although I'm not an economist, but what I know is that borrowing usually comes at a cost.
Okay.
So servicing of the debts, so the effects on our economy and all of that. So if we keep borrowing, we'll still be in the same position. So I think it's not like an average Nigerian is against subsidy, but everyone just don't trust the government to implement the subsidy. So for me, if I'm to choose between the two devils, borrowing and subsidy removal, I'll simply choose subsidy removal, provided that the government will utilize it effectively, build refinery, pump money into our economy. But borrowing is a no-no for me, because borrowing affects the economy in ways that you cannot imagine. Now imagine it took the Obasanjo government years to appeal for our debt to be cancelled. And after that, look at where we have found ourselves today. So, like I said, I'm not an economist, but part of the reason why the naira keeps falling is because of the overseas borrowing. So, if removal of subsidy will fix the problem, although it will be very painful because everyone will feel it, but I think in the long term it will be better than we keep borrowing. When we keep borrowing, we are just postponing the doomsday.
Even during the time of good luck, they did that, and you can't compare the rate of fuel now to that of that good luck time. Even the economy was far better than what we are today. When we continue borrowing, I think one day those countries we borrowed from will come and claim this country. So it's better they remove fuel subsidy if that serves as the best thing. So I think it's better they remove the fuel subsidy.
More than 90% of our income is being used to pay for other loans that's been taken. We've been paying for loans right from I don't even know when, because if we continue to borrow, even generations yet unborn will still continue to pay for that loan. So for me, I'll prefer the removal of fuel subsidy instead of borrowing.
Borrowing from other country is not the best
Okay.
because Nigeria is already owing a lot of debt,
Of course. Okay.
and if we continue to borrow, Nigeria is gradually going into bankruptcy.
Okay.
So which is not good at all. So as for me, I would say removal of fuel subsidy is still the best.
They should remove the fuel subsidies. We can't be having the resources in our country. We are don't have the resources and we are still suffering for it. It's very wrong. We should. I think our president should do something about those things. You get me? Then the next thing is that we need a good leader in this country, like youth. We don't need all those old cargo. They are old cargo. Their sense have gone. They don't have anything upstairs anymore.
For real, more borrowing have not actually helped us because we are actually drowning more in debt.
Okay.
So we've been owing. The previous president is owing. The previous is owing. It keeps piling and piling. It does not finish. But if we should maintain full subsidy, I tell you the fact, it will be better for Nigeria. But the problem is, this is not the first time we've tried that though, because the money is blocked somewhere. Even though you fix the full subsidy, it won't go around. Because if I'm on seats, I'm not allowed to actually share that money. I just keep it to myself and my subordinates. So I don't think Nigeria can actually go forward if you actually give out those two options. We need the right people to sit down there. That's what I can say.
Borrowing is not supposed to be part of our plan. We have so many things that are supposed to give us money as a nation, so many natural resources that we're supposed to actually look into, pay attention to these things, fix them, and all these things continue to give us money. So borrowing will continue to give us a bad name, a bad reputation, because somebody will now say there are no countries in the world that doesn't borrow. There is no country that doesn't borrow and all that. But for how long can we continue to borrow and borrow? And I believe someday, maybe these countries we are borrowing from, will continue to come here and start, harassing us. Even in their own countries too, you won't even have a say. Because once they see you as a Nigerian, they see you as probably you are owing us. So governments, we are using the opportunity to appeal to all of you. We should look inward. We have refineries that we're supposed to actually work on. Because I heard I was conversing with somebody and the person said, they said the refinery, when they give people money to go and do the refinery, they will go just probably paint, do one or two things and actually squander the money and all that. But the major problem there is you can't just give somebody a task without you doing following up. Monitor them and see if the money you give to them is actually being used for the purpose why that money was released. So we should look into our refineries, look into agriculture. We have so many things that can give us money as a nation. We must not continue to borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow. By borrowing, whatever we are making, the internally generated revenue will be going to service those debts we are borrowing. And so what are we going to use in terms of infrastructure to develop our places, different communities, different states that will make Nigeria a better place for all of us? So borrowing should be out of it. Should be totally out of it. Government should think of what to do. Government should listen more. The idea of I'm the only one, so whatever I like, I do it. No, we should consult. There are people, technocrats, who are well, read in most of these areas that can actually help to turn the fortune of Nigeria as a nation around. We should give them time, irrespective of their political affiliations, irrespective of their tribe, their religion, ethnicity. We should put that behind us and look inward. What can we do as a nation? We can't continue to borrow. That is my honest opinion.
Right now, if we keep borrowing now, by next year, 2023, borrowing will step down. And we have another government, another people, we don't know if it's PDP or APC. And this money will keep being a debt for our country, Nigerians. And we are the ones to pay. We are the one, the youth, the future children, even the next 10 generation of this country will keep paying this money. And we can see that we have fuel in our country. What we need to do right now is for us to fix our refinery and we stop borrowing. You can only borrow the money to repair our refinery, and then we have the money and we keep building our country and nation right now. We see both in these people graduating, more graduates every day,
and they need money. They have to work. There's no work in our country right now. So fuel subsidy is what we have to. Sorry, stop borrowing. We have to stop borrowing money, but you cannot remove fuel subsidy right now. We need to work. We need to be as a Nigerian and listen to see what our government can do in order to stop borrowing money in our country and do what is right. I think that's the only idea can help right now.
Borrowing is reducing, it's not increasing when we look at it in that direction. Looking at the future, we think that, okay, let's increase the price for us to benefit later.
Okay.
So you suffer for the benefit or you labor for you to benefit. So when we labor now, I believe we'll enjoy later.
Okay.
So, but how long do we continue to borrow? To borrow because we enjoy. So we enjoy now and our children will suffer. So it's better we suffer for our children so that things doesn't continue like that.
They shouldn't even bother borrowing, and they shouldn't even bother removing the fuel subsidy. All the money they have thief, all of them that is working in that Asorok, all the money where they don't thief, they should bring it out and use to run this country. Because the money each of them gets can run this country for next 100 years without borrowing money. That is what I would say.
So fuel subsidy and borrowing from other countries is still the same thing, because during Jonathan regime, when fuel subsidy was removed, we still complained about increments in everything. We never knew that it's still going to land us into more trouble again during this Buhari regime. So fuel subsidy and borrowing from other countries is still the same thing, because we are still squeezed inside this country. So I don't think anything is even possible in this country at all. So let us just be on our own side.
I don't like Nigeria to continue borrowing from other countries. The one that we have borrowed for years, we have not even settled it down.
Okay.
Even after my generation, my children will continue paying debts and all those things. So I think we should continue with the subsidy, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so that everything will be working out fine, despite the hardship that we are experiencing now.
The subsidy, no good to remove.
Okay.
Because when you remove the subsidy, that one now go make fuel scarce, because the fuel go definitely cost. You go there.
Okay.
And now we go the queue for filling station. And now waiting me I no like. Because sometimes if fuel is scarce, I know they need filling station at all. I know they go there.
Okay.
You cannot fit do the wahala say I won't buy fuel. I go just dey wait when the thing don't come down, I go start my work back.
Okay.
And all those time na problem time be for me. Now if you come say make they borrow money, the one where they borrow, we need to see how they spend the money. We need to feel understand, and we can't question them, because you are not in position to question them how they spend the money. You go just say they don't borrow some amount of money from those people and how they spend the money, because the money they reach us. So I don't even know the one why I go say make we follow.
Removal of fuel subsidy is the best, because I think what we have, we are okay with it, but we lack management. We should manage what we have, and this country will be better. People that are managing the fuel subsidy, they are not managing it very well. Now we take our oils for refinery outside the country and bring it back. Why can't we employ people that will be doing this in this country? We can invite maybe the whites, people that are more educated on it, to teach us how to do it, then work on our oil in our own country. We make our refining ourselves in this country. So that's the best. So they should remove the fuel subsidy, not be borrowing. Borrowing is not the option.
If we keep borrowing from other countries, it keeps piling and piling and piling. But if you look at this fuel subsidy of a thing now, lately it has been causing a lot of issue in the country. And we know the company's resource, like one of the greatest resource that the country rather has, is fuel, like oil, crude oil. So if we can just remove anything that has to do with subsidy, basically subsidy on anything, but crude oil, when you are removing subsidy on crude oil, you are doing the country a great favor. So if we can just do that, I think borrowing from other countries will be lesser, and Nigeria will be a better place.
To stop borrowing from other countries, because even it applies to everybody. Like people that does this interest rate.
Okay.
If I collect 1K from you, I'm supposed to pay you like 2K. Okay. And sometimes when the cash comes, other stuff news will come like falling, and I cannot pay you. So that's it increases the interest and other things. To me, subsidy is not even, we have fuel in this country. Unlike the data which I have seen before. There's a way that we can do stuff like that. But to me, I prefer if Nigeria should stop borrowing 20 billion, 40 billion, and I know those things has rates. There should be interest rates. So we should stop borrowing and work with what we have. According to our honorable president, he said lazy youth should go and farm. Okay, my dad is a farmer. and I'm going to my exchange already, which he had trained me with that. So I have elders that have that already graduate. He's a farmer, so I think if we stop borrowing and the rate is not even that high, at least it will. I think you go less short at the beginning. You go let's say our wahala, my sister. You know what they talk about? I don't understand. Shey, this is what I'm talking about. I cannot borrow 10k and I'm paying 15k, and you expect me to pay when other needs are rising, and it will be the money be accumulating. So to me, let's stop borrowing and use what we have to get what we want. This is our country. Nigeria is full of we are blessed. At least you see a beautiful girl like me, you should know that we are blessed. So everything we have, we are blessed. So borrowing should stop. And let's use what we have to get what we want. The subsidy now, because we dey borrow, now we could get subsidy. To me, we should stop borrowing and use what we have to get what we want.
Get to understand from when I was growing up that Nigeria is so rich. And so borrowing, it has never been a thing I subscribe for Nigeria. Because if our things or our natural resources are well managed, we will not come to any point of borrowing nor removing fuel subsidies. So we have so many things in this country. Is it other countries don't have what we have, but yet they live with. Okay, look at Dubai. Dubai is a dry land. They develop it. So why don't we develop our own things, our natural things, so that we'll be able to sell it or be able to export it so that we can be able to make money? There's no reason for us to either borrow or remove fuel subsidy. It's basic on well-managed economy.
There you have it. You've heard from the mouth of Nigerians. While many are of the opinion that removal of fuel subsidy is the way forward for Nigeria economy, some are saying borrowing is actually the way forward. Because if they have it at the back of their mind that they have to pay the loan someday, they'll definitely be wise with their spending. I don't think that's the case. The money that has been borrowed from China till today, there's no transparency, there's no accountability for how the money was used. So what's to say that when they keep borrowing this money, we're going to see results? So I think that fuel subsidy is probably removal of fuel subsidy is the way forward. Because look at during Jonathan's time, when a little subsidy was removed from the fuel, we adapted. And one thing Nigeria is known for is our adaptability spirit. We can adapt to any situation. Fine, we might feel the brunt at the beginning, but after a while, we'll get used to it. We can get used to it. But if you have a contrary opinion to this, drop a comment for us in the comment section. We'd like to hear from you. Thank you for watching all our videos. To get more interesting content like this, don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on our various socials, Facebook and Instagram at ShutlipsTV. Also, we have an anonymous website where you can go to share your real life experiences and connect with people who have been in similar situations like yours. Just go to www.shutlips.com, www.shutlips.com. Sign up to the platform is completely easy and 100% free. This is ShutlipsTV. I'm Olamide Salah, better picking with better voice. Till we come your way next time, do stay safe.